and welcome to the latest episode of From the Rubble, my post-apocalyptic Let's Play in heavily modded Minecraft. And if you've been keeping up with the series, you know that we finally finished our little fortification here, and the next step would be to start the technological side of everything that we're doing here. In the last episode, I decided that to kick that off, we'd want to make a windmill. But to make a windmill, I'm going to need some super glue. And to make the super glue, one of the ingredients I need is green dye. Well, not green dye, a slime ball. Which, to make, I'm going to need lime green dye. And problem is there aren't many sources of green dye or lime green dye in my area. We did find that there was a green tea from the Let's Do series, and so I spent some time trying to figure out how to get that green tea, and to no avail. Didn't find anything, so didn't get any work done on the windmill last time. But then I went on to the wiki in between episodes, and I found that green tea is an occasional drop when harvesting flowers with shears. So I knew that these the areas surrounding my home are full of flowers. So I got a pair of shears, and I'm going to see if I can get some green tea. Grab some regular flowers first, because if I go shearing them all, then I won't have any regular flowers from which to make seeds, I think. I thought shearing them was going to give me the green tea and no flower, but I'm getting the flowers and no green tea, so maybe I was mistaken. Oh, there's green tea. Blossoming discoveries. Okay, so I got a green tea. The thing is I could certainly use that, but as a food item. But I don't think I can use it to get my green dye just yet. I need to plant that, which then gives me another form of tea and another blossom that I can then replant and go into the tea business, apparently. So I achieved what I wanted to do, but apparently those drops are pretty rare, because I've got quite a few flowers and only one tea blossom. That's okay though, the flowers come in handy. I'm also using, yep, one tea blossom. I'm also using the flower seeds mod, which you can use flowers with any other seeds and put those together to make seeds of that given flower type, and then you can basically farm flowers. Works for all the vanilla flowers, and there's another one from the same mod author that works for all the flowers in Biomes of Plenty, and I got that too. So that takes care of the vast majority of flowers I have in my world. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with other mods like the Let's Do series or whatever. So I won't be able to farm. There goes my shears. I won't be able to farm those flowers, but that's okay. That's okay. The ones I care about, I can get access to. Kind of a nice rainy afternoon. So with the tea blossom, yeah, it's a light snack, and I can compost it, or I can put it in the gourmand dynamo. But what it doesn't tell you is you can plant it. I'm going to plant it. And then use some bone meal to kind of accelerate that and get a few of them. Because the create mod does, especially for contraptions and stuff, it doesn't require glue, but life is infinitely easier with glue, and more complex contraptions can be made with glue, so glue it is. Certainly it makes for better windmills, and that's what we're after here is a windmill, right? Once we get the windmill, this opens up the number of options that you've probably been waiting for. I know I have. So I think for now the emphasis would be on create technology. So the windmill will power. We'll build crushing wheels and things like that. Now the crushing wheels are important because, as I've stated before, I don't know where I'm going to plant this. This whole field hasn't been set up yet, but I think this is where we need to plant it. So we'll just plop this down and then finish the field. Anyhow, the crushing wheels are particularly important because, as I've stated, this base is primarily, it's a post-apocalyptic world. So we had essentially a modern, maybe even a slightly futuristic world, and it's gone. But the building styles and materials would be firmly rooted in, kind of a common modern architecture. And a major component of that is concrete. So, I've been saving my gray concrete and light gray concrete. And that is going to be what most of this base will be built of. So, to build concrete, of course, I will need sand and gravel, and that's not a problem because you can make both once you have cobblestone, right? And the cobblestone we can generate as well. So we're looking at potentially an endless supply of light gray concrete, which is good because it's a pretty big base when the time comes. But getting the sand and gravel from cobblestone takes some grinding and crushing. You can get gravel from the millstone in the create mod, and but the crushing wheels, you can get pretty much all sorts of stuff from pretty much anything you put in it, and that includes putting gravel back into it and getting sand as well. So generating our cobblestone for free, and then using some of that to create sand and gravels, that it's unlimited building supply. I mean, the only thing in this particular case I would need to add is the light gray coloring, because apparently you can't have uncolored concrete in create. You have to have a color, well, or not even in create, in vanilla Minecraft. And I always thought of concrete as just being light gray by default, and if you wanted something else you had to add the color, but it's not how it works here. So we'll have to make it light gray. And that I can produce that for free too, because all you need for light gray coloring is black and white, right? If you mix black dye with white dye, you get gray dye. Add white dye again, you get light gray dye. And you can make black dye from charcoal, which you can make from logs, right? So there is an potentially infinite supply of that. And white you can make from bone meal, which is, us composting whatever we grow in the fields and decide we don't want to eat or use. So that is potentially an endless supply too. And so there you go. We'd have everything we would need, which is what makes it a great building material in Minecraft. Ironically, in real life, I understand that even as much concrete as there is in the world, and as much, they're having a hard time making this stuff because a key element of concrete is sand, and we've really been using up the world's sand. So now they're in this weird position that they're out there making sand, so that we have enough. So when I was out gathering flowers, I had meant to grab some dirt to fill in the last little bit of our inside of our base. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should just go where I normally get my dirt. I was gonna go over that corner there, but I'm hearing some hostile entities, and after the trials and tribulations of the last episode, I'm not really eager to spend this considerable amount of time dying and recovering my stuff. I'm not saying it'll happen, I'm just saying that I don't want to chance it at this point. I can't back this up. I'm going to have to turn it. I could have swore this had a backup mode. Okay. Get all the flowers out of the main backpack. And let's grab some stuff while we're up here. Beautiful morning though. Beautiful morning in a broken world. So, in the last episode, you saw what we're up against, right? So, if this was vanilla Minecraft and I had monster spawners hidden in these buildings, it would still be a bit of a pain, but it wouldn't be as big of a pain as this world is apparently turning out to be for me now. That Atomic Strikers mod, it definitely keeps you on your toes because, as we've seen now with zombies, in addition to the pillager, you can see a beastie or a hostile mob and you're like, oh, I know what that is. I can take that on. And then it turns out to be the killer rabbit from Monty Python, right? So, and that's what got me last time. A zombie, I believe, that was shooting like fireballs, like gas fireballs, except they packed a bit more of a punch. By the time I really realized what was going on, I was pretty much dead with dead man walking at that point. But anyway, it's in the past. I try not to relive it too much. Wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat. That's mostly gone. We're mostly past that stage. Okay. Didn't realize I left one here. That has to be more than enough. I think I only need like 8. When I was flying in this thing, kind of reminds me of an ultralight. I don't know if you know what an ultralight is, but an ultralight is, as the name would imply, a ultralight aircraft. Think of it as a big hang glider with an engine, right? That's kind of not technically correct, but it's close enough. And this stuff grows pretty fast, but we'll make it grow faster. Anyhow, when I was a kid, I used to collect National Geographics, and I remember when ultralights became a thing, there was a lot of discussion, and there was an article about them in National Geographic, and I must have read that article like 30 times. Yeah, I need to get the textures changed. Angus is still in a suit. Not very post-apocalyptic. Anyway, I just totally fell in love with ultralights. And the thing, too, is, of course, I mean, I think this was like the late 70s or the early 80s when I was reading these articles. But so ultralights were like, a few $1,000s. But compared that to like an actual plane, that was cheap, right? And at the time, you didn't have to have a pilot's license. And there's, they're small enough and light enough that you could launch them yourself. And I just loved the idea that I could, basically take off from my house and just fly around, and half the time you don't even need to use gas, right? Because you can get up there with your engine and they just cut the engine, and like I said, the thing's a lot like a hang glider. So nice warm day, you could just stay up for hours. That really, really appealed to me. But it's then that I discovered that I had a fear of heights. So I'm okay in planes. I think my fear of heights is mostly the fear of falling. And if I'm in a big airliner, I'm not worried about falling out. But if I'm in an ultralight, you bet I'm worried about falling out. So that's what the problem is. So what to make the glue, I'm gonna need an iron sheet, and to make an iron sheet, I'm going to need to squish it with a mechanical press. Now, a mechanical press is kind of pricey. As you can see, it takes a full block of iron to make. It is useful stuff, so I mean it's not a one and done and never use it again. This is it. But isn't that what I'm supposed to do? Oh, no. I need a casing. So I need to plop down a log and then hit it with the andesite. And that makes it a casing. Then we take the casing. Now we can make mechanical press. To make the mechanical press work, though, I think I'm going to need a gear and a gearbox. Right, so that's the glue. Need to make slime balls. There's iron sheet and a nugget. So let's see. Okay, I can do this. I can attach it right next to it. So I think I'm going to need a depot. And okay, just a casing and andesite alloy. So that's 2 andesite alloy. One for the casing and one to apply to the casing. So then log, andesite casing. Andesite alloy, that's an andesite casing. Then apply that with the andesite. Okay. So we put it this far out because we're going to need some space between the depot and the millstone, because that's where we're going to need to put gears and gearboxes and stuff to generate the power for the mechanical press. So I'll need a gear to feed off of the millstone, like so. And then above that, I will need to put a gearbox so that I can transfer the power from vertical to horizontal. So that's 4 of these, and then what do I need? Do I need a block of wood, or do I need another casing? And another casing it is. So I'm going to be running out of andesite here, which is not good. As I said in my create deep dive, you can never have too much andesite alloy. Just can't do it. That's too late. It's not what I meant to do, but that's fine. Using a piece of coal to cook just 4 items wastes half the coal. Now I put this back in here, and this makes it the vertical version, which we set on top of this wheel, this cog. And now I can power the mechanical press like that, and we're all good to go. I just need some iron. Anytime. There you go. And I'll put 3 of them away and use this last one to make our overstressed. Okay, so let me disconnect the mill. So let's disconnect all of this. Where'd it go? Millstone. Where did the hand crank go too, by the way? So, oh, I had the hand crank, and okay. So if I put the hand crank here, there we go. And then we can put the millstone back for now. So I think the next thing we need to do is take care of my tea situation, so I can take care of my dye situation, so that I can take care of my slime ball situation, which will finally solve the glue situation. I put it over here. Oh, good. Stuff grows fast. Good. And so we got a tea blossom, which we had before, but now we get it back. And green tea leaf. That's the thing that we can cook to get the green dye, I think. Well, we can bundle up, put it in a smoker, get green dye. And with the green dye, we can mix with the white dye, and that'll give us a lime green dye. So, okay, we're unblocked. So then using, oh, 1 shot, okay. And we got 2 tea blossoms out of that. So, that one is mature already. They're pretty lucky, actually, with, ooh, 2 more. A single bone meal looks like it usually makes a mature plant out of 1 bone meal, which is nice. I'm out of bone meal, though. So there we go. We've got our our budding tea plantation going, as well as a sustainable source of green dye. I don't think I'll need tons and tons of glue, but it's just good to know that I have all the bits necessary to, you know. Whoa, you took off your fisherman's outfit. It's even more obvious you don't belong. Okay. I really need to change that texture. Oh, he's back to fisherman. Okay. Oh. So I guess a furnace isn't going to work. It said to use a smoker. I was kind of hoping that they were just talking about, you know, putting it in a smelter of some type. But it looks like we got to smoke it. So a new furnace, some blocks, logs basically. Plop this down. And there you go. That should take care of it. But I'm going to need to make dough. And that requires flour and water. Flour is easy. We just need to grind it in a millstone. So I just need a few wheat, like maybe 8. And then we are going to get rid of the mechanical press, because if having that and the millstone will overstress the system. And then we plop this into, can't put it in there, huh? Okay. Now can I put it in there? Okay. Where is the hand crank too, by the way? Okay. Let's try it this way. Can't put it in here. Nope. I think I'm going to need to make a hopper. Throwing it in? Nope. Definitely a hopper. So, using the wooden hopper, I think it's... No. I need a chest in there. I got a chest in here somewhere. There's one. Okay, so back to what I was doing before. 5 logs and a chest? No. Okay, what am I doing wrong? It's been a while. Oh, planks. Planks. Okay, easier, cheaper. Good. Good. The wooden hopper comes to us from the appropriately named wooden hopper mod, and it's the same as a regular iron hopper, except that you can it'll only drop one item at a time and at a much slower rate. So. Let's see. So everything was in the millstone. And we're getting some seeds and we got some flour. And still have 4 wheat left. Actually, now I can see the millstone. When you stop seeing wheat in the grinder, you know we're done. And it looks like we're done now. Yep, everything's handled. Whoa, 13. It's more than I expected. Okay. I didn't get as many out of that as I thought I would. Okay. We need some bone meal to make white dye. And now I have some lime green dye. I thought I could get 1.5 items out of a block of planks. So 3 blocks of planks should have cooked 2 of these. Whatever. Whatever. Thank you. Yeah, using the hand crank really takes it out of you. I'm due for a nap. Okay. I thought I put this in here. Okay. Done. I don't know why it was not finishing before. It just seems weird to me. Okay. So green with the white, more light green. So that's 8 lime green dyes. And we've got plenty of dough. Don't know what I'm going to spend it on. But with the dough, actually we don't have dough. Take that back. We got plenty of flour. You got to make the dough. To make the dough, I need water. I'm going to need to keep getting buckets of water. So let's go over here and climb up on the wall. I should be able to reach the water from here to refill my bucket. So dough, bucket. I mean flour, bucket. Okay. Lather, rinse, repeat. There we go. Oh, lost my bucket. So take 1, 2, 3. Wooden buckets come to us courtesy of the wooden bucket mod. And now I can see that I actually had a wooden bucket full of water in there, but oh well. Oh well. You never have too much water, eh? No. Unless you're like shipwrecked at sea. Then I guess you probably do have a problem with too much water. A big flood would probably be another case. I'm just making them all dough. I mean, I don't need them all to be dough. Maybe I don't need to make all of them dough. The second I did it, I knew I screwed up, right? There we go. It's like telling your kids, you know, don't bounce in the bed, you'll break it, and then you do something stupid and break the bed yourself, and then your kids come up and say, I thought you shouldn't have to jump on the bed. Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh, there's just so many classic parental traps that you will eventually fall into. It just... Oh boy. Okay, so I have a windmill bearing already. Is there anything else in here? I don't think so. I need a bunch of wool. And I'm going to need 4 of these because I need to make a gearbox. I will create the gearbox and put the I'll create the gearbox and put the windmill on top of it. That'll supply power to the gearbox, and then from the gearbox we can run lines to whatever machines we want to automate. Like so. Okay, gearbox, casing in the middle, and 4 cogs around it, right? Pretty sure it's it. Let's give it a shot. Close. Okay. And then let's see. I don't have. So I need to make these windmill sails, and the windmill sails, in addition to the glue, the windmill sails require andesite casing, but I don't have any more. Not andesite. I keep saying andesite casing when I mean andesite alloy. I need andesite alloy, but I don't have any. I can make some, but I don't have a whole lot of zinc. Usually, you know, in other worlds, I have a crazy amount of zinc, and so making andesite is usually held up by me finding andesite, right? Andesite alloy requires andesite, and I usually that's the holdback. But in this case, I find myself in a very strange position of not having enough zinc or iron, and I usually use zinc just for andesite alloy, sometimes brass. Anyway, I'm suffering here. I need some for a windmill cell. I don't know how much. So let's see. I've got 45 of the zinc nuggets. Actually, I can't use 45. They have to be an even number. So I'll take 44. Like this. Like this. That's 22 andesite alloy. Now, put my nugget back. I'm just thinking about whether or not to use the iron. For now, we'll go with this. We'll see how far we get. So, not vein, sail. Yeah. Okay, so I need sticks and wool, and I get 2 sails for every andesite alloy. And if I have 22, it gives me 44 sails. Ultimately, I would want 128 sails. Maybe. I mean, you only need 8 to get it going at all. Of course, it moves really, really slow at that point. So the closer we can get to 128, the better. But 44 is actually not bad. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's roughly the middle of a chunk. It's an even number by an even number, so I can't get it exactly in the middle of a single block. But there we go. That's the basis of our windmill, right? The windmill bearing will turn, and the block under it, wow, it takes like almost nothing to kill this thing. Kind of hoping I could just like put it in my pocket, but nope. Luckily, it doesn't cost anything to repair it, so we'll just kind of taxi over to this corner. And we'll aim it at these fields. As a general rule of thumb, you don't want to be driving vehicles, even air vehicles, through your fields. But, okay. You know, there's a couple different things I need here. I think I do need more sails, but the big thing is to build the windmill. I don't have access to scaffolding, so I'm going to need to build some structures that kind of act like a gantry, or give me access to the windmill as I build it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this iron, nuggify, I guess is the word, and basically create a bunch more andesite alloy. And then let's see. $26 plus 44 is gonna give me 96. That's okay. I mean, it's not 128, but it's pretty far up there. So we should be able to build a decent windmill with this. Put my andesite back. You can see that we used a lot as filler, so we'll get it back when we start excavating underneath the base. But this is more this is more like the create mod I recognize, right? Not enough andesite. We'll go ahead and grab we'll grab this dirt, and we'll grab these ladders, and we'll use the dirt and the ladders to kind of form the structures I was talking about, that I can build the windmill, that I can stand on as I build the windmill. Windmills in the crate mod are really amazing things, because, you know, for one, there's no actual wind in the game. There's no wind mechanic, so the windmill will essentially pretend there's one and run accordingly. But the thing is there's also, like, since there's no wind in the game and the windmill pretends there is, I'm gonna need a lot more wood. That's why I'm here. Since there's no real wind in the game, but the windmill pretends there is, it's not context aware. So if you saw my my Power of Create video, that's part one of my Create series, I talked about windmills, and I pointed out that you can build them outside, which is really the intended use, but you can build them in a building. You can build them in a cave. You can build them deep underground. You can build them in the nether. You can build them in the end. You can build them upside down. You can build them sideways, and they just work, right? So like with the water wheel, you got to have the water flowing around it. But in Minecraft, we all kind of do a wink nudge say, yeah, there's wind. I mean, with the ambient sounds mod, I can hear it. With my shaders, I can see the leaves of the trees swaying in the breeze. But as far as vanilla Minecraft goes, nope, air's dead still. Well, okay, but the create kind of goes along the lines of everyone else. We'll just pretend there's wind, and then you can generate power from it. So in short, you know, with the water wheel, you got to have water, but with the windmill, you can even hide. You could even hide it, right? You can hide it in a hole in the ground, and then cover it up, and nobody even knows it's there. It looks like you're just generating power out of nothing. Which, okay, there's some value in that sometimes. Got a lot of saplings out of that one. Okie dokie. So our agriculture is starting to boom. I see the coin's actually ready, but one thing at a time. Too bad. It really is too bad that Minecraft villagers are so useless. You know, I did a video about villager recruits, and villager recruits are pretty awesome. I mean, the mod's awesome. What they can do is pretty awesome. But I don't know if you know this. There's a companion mod called, what is it called? I think it's Villager Workers. I don't know. Go look up Villager Recruits by Tall Nation, and then look up the other mods that they've done. And I'm pretty sure it's called Villager Workers. Oh, I'll have to look it up now. But it actually you can actually have villagers that do jobs, right? And it's not like the vanilla mechanic where you put down a workstation and then he has very specialized trades based on the workstation. No, this is like if they're foresters, they'll go out and they'll cut down trees, right? And if they're fishermen, they'll go out in a boat and they'll fish. It's pretty darn cool. Now, I haven't played with it much because I'm telling you that just sounds like a performance buster right there, and I've been pretty paranoid about that all along. But I've been thinking and possibly rethinking this ever since I did the video for Villager Recruits, because Villager Recruits I would have thought was also a performance hog, but not nearly as much as I thought it would be. And I think they did a really good job on that one too, so might give it a try. But it's too late for these worlds, right? The ship sailed there, so to speak. So what we're doing here, I don't need this many oak ladders, but they do come in useful, especially without scaffolding. So 1, 2, 3, that would be the windmill, and then so a gap block, and then my platform that I'll build from, like so. Well, I guess what I'll do is I'll build up and then build the ladder down. And then up. Well, or you guess I can build the ladder up. What goes down must come up, or is that how it goes? Or is it what must goes up must come down? Or... I've done both. So it's confusing. Oh, look, my blood. Lovely. So I want to build the windmill out of spruce. Spruce is actual preferred building material in this, at least on the wood side. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I need to add 2 more if I can. Can I do this without falling this time? Apparently, good. I think. Let's see if I can count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try this. Let's just go with that. So, is there a better way to build? I think the trick to these is just be more careful when I'm building the ladder. Right. Can I just build the ladder? Can't reach all the way down. Ah, but that works. That works very well indeed. One more. And then we ladder up. Or ladder down. Ladder, rinse, and repeat. Okay. Time to get serious. We're building a windmill. That's serious work, boy. No laughing aloud. Okay. So then we'll build the structure and then we glue it all together afterwards. So those people who try to glue as they go along, I basically find that I just make a big old gluey mess. So if you're able to do that cleanly and efficiently, I am both amazed and in awe of you. But me, it's like being a throwback to, like, you know, being 10 years old trying to put together that model pirate ship. You know, when you're done, it looks like your ship has been raised from the ocean's floor, and it, you know, I'm sure if scientists were to study the chemical composition of the pirate ship, they would have found that it's actually like 1/4 the actual model kit and 3/4 glue. And in fact, the work area I was working in was also 3/4 glue. The good news is that the you know, that because of the glue, the surface of the table was protected. The bad news is you couldn't see the surface of the table because of the glue. Oh man, my mom was upset. You could say that she came unglued, but that's the perfect expression. And you know, the thing is, you know, you do something stupid like get model glue all over the table and your mom gets mad and you're like, man, my mom's getting so mad and it's not a big deal. And then, you know, 30 years later, you're the parent, your kid does something stupid on the kitchen table and you go ballistic. And, you know, then they're telling their friends, man, my dad got so mad. Yeah. That is the circle of life they should talk about in The Lion King, right? That's the circle of life we really live in. Okay, now those fence pieces are just basically to hold the arms of the windmill out. Now we're going to place this row of blocks. This is essentially the core of the face of this branch of the windmill. I don't want to call it a vane, but I guess it is a vane, right? Or sail, or whatever they call it. Basically there's a concert that I didn't know about. Again, there must be some bug. What you're listening to is a disc in a sophisticated backpack with a jukebox player upgrade. But we've established that this kind of happens randomly nowadays. And in the past, it was usually due to some other mod that is triggering the sound. But if it really was a beastie with a backpack, then the sound would have come in gradually and would go away gradually. See? But it doesn't. It just goes. Okay, this is... well, that wasn't particularly productive. Okay, so we get up here, and we want to just... How come I don't... Oh, that... How come I'm not getting the little arrows to extend? It's probably because I'm on a ladder, right? I don't even see the piece, a ghost of the piece where it'll go. Now I need to get over to the edge. And, nope, that's too far over. It's got to be an easier way. Can I just go to the top? Okay, I'm not hanging on the ladder. Maybe I can use the arrows here. So if I place them, I don't know. If so I got to be lower. I can't. If I'm too far up, it's gonna place the sail crossways. I need. Oh. So this is almost there we go, dead even. Trying not to fall off. Well, I didn't hurt myself, but I caught myself. Too far over. I'll just stay on this side, I guess, and go down the other side. Oh, climbing on the edge of a ladder is not... You shouldn't have to be a circus acrobat to get this done. Okay, let's see. Oh, I get my arrow back. I guess, yeah, you can't be on a ladder when you do this. It won't work. And that's 24, right? That's 1/4 of my blade. So that's the other three sides will look like that. Make them all match. So there you go. So there's 24 again, except I don't have an open slot in my inventory now that I put all that dirt back in there. Okay, so I have the 3 remaining sets of sails already set up. And this time I'll just go up as high as I can. Without dealing with the stupid ladder. And then maybe I can go to the top and work my way down, and with a little luck, they'll meet. And they do. This works. I know I sounded surprised. I'm not surprised. I knew I'd do that all along. Okay. So that's the good news. Oh, see a rainbow. I thought I deactivated hyper realistic skies, but I guess not. Note to self, go in and while I'm retexturing Angus there, I probably need to remove hyper realistic skies, restore the dramatic sky resource pack, the beta version. It's a good one. In fact, I might need to go out to his Patreon and sign back up so that I can get the latest and greatest. It's not what I intended to do. Okay. Almost done with the basic structure. I mean, after last episode, I was wondering if I'd ever get to this point, but now that we're here, it's feeling good, it's looking good. I'm feeling good. Not about that one floating around out there. Gotta go get it. You know, now that I'm this close, I just realized that I probably shouldn't have taken away the other access towers I built. So I'm gonna have to see if I can glue this all together with only one access tower. So what I like to do with my windmills is we start the gluing in the middle shaft. So that would be here. And then all the way at the top. Okay, so now that's the central core. Now I want to get the arms, right? Not all the vanes or sails, but just the wooden infrastructure, right? So grab this one in the corner and climb back up. I won't fall off the ladder because my hands are sticking. Okay. And there you go. That's half the wooden structure. So we go to this one and climb up. And jump back over. And there. Okay, now we've grabbed all the wooden infrastructure of the windmill. Now we just need to grab all the sails, right? So grab one corner and opposite corner. That's one sail done. And grab one corner. And the opposite corner. Almost there. Famous last words. There we go. And then this corner. Okay, 3 down, 1 to go. I'm gonna start at the top this time. And bingo. Okay, that should be the whole shebang. So, survey says we got a windmill. Okay, now we got it. Now we can take down the 4th tower. Now, it took us pretty much the whole episode to get to this point, which, I mean, it's fine. it was all worthwhile. The windmill's up and running. So this, like I said before, this is a technology-based mod, and having power kind of enables the technology. I mean, we live in an age of smartphones and stuff, but if we have a power outage, we're all sitting there looking at each other wondering what to say or do. We don't know. So I've been plenty busy in here, but now that we can get some power, we are on our way to restoring civilization, bringing order to the chaos, and blah blah stuff, all that type of jazz. So I'm feeling good, and I feel really good about this episode. I hope you felt good about this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it enough that you'll come back for the next one, and the next one, and the one after that. But in the meanwhile, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.